What's going on, everyone? It's Josh Moore, owner of Alpha Evolution Fitness and Training, with my handsome co-host, Clark Morgan. And as you see, we're quarantined still.
Yep.
How you holding up over there, Clark?
Hey, man, I'm not doing too bad. I'm getting over this, whatever I had going on, so it's not doing too bad. Hopefully I can get back into – I can start doing some at-home workouts and stuff like that, so.
Glad to hear you're getting over the corona. Did you see that we did get our second confirmed case in Lincoln County?
I did not see that, no.
58-year-old woman.
Ooh, that's rough. I hope she makes it through.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm holed up in my house.
Yeah.
Don't appreciate being able to go and do stuff until you can't go and do stuff.
Right, I know. Somebody made a post that was like, you guys remember going out to eat? That shit was fun.
So the last time I was in a situation like this, I was like 21 years old and I didn't have a license. And I was stuck at home all the time. So,
rough. That's rough.
Yeah, it sucked. But what can you do? You
can't do anything.
We've been able to podcast, and
yeah,
I've watched a bunch of Netflix. I'm watching was it The Tiger King? Have you watched that?
No.
What a fucking ride!
Really?
It's interesting. So yeah, I've been watching that, and then I've been watching a little bit of gym stuff. There's not really a whole lot of gym stuff happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
At-home workout, but there's only so many at-home workouts I can watch.
But I feel like there's only so much of that stuff you can do as well without without it getting kind of boring. I'm taking a break from working out. I'm kind of enjoying it. I know my body is definitely enjoying it.
Like I said in our strongman group, it's like a deload for all of us.
Yeah, well, and it's like the thing is too is I'm a pusher, dude. I mean, you've seen me come into the gym with injuries, and you've seen me try to work through injuries, and I don't like to stop, and I'm not trying to, gloat about that because it's not the responsible thing to do. I just really like working out anyways, and I've had whatever was going on in my left forearm is starting to go away. My shoulder's feeling better. My back's feeling better. It's like all these things that I really did need to take a break, and I just wasn't doing it.
I think my dogs are going to come to my ceiling.
Oh yeah.
They're up around there.
So should we PSA about the gym equipment?
Yes. Yeah, let's PSA.
You can't take it home. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not. Of course I get a message. I'm not renting gym equipment out. Like
I think people
question. It's a common question, and I get the fact that you're at home, not able to work out, and it sucks. You have a gym membership and you can't use it. But on my side, if I rent equipment out to 10 people and we get a message tonight that says, hey, we're open tomorrow for business, I'm scrambling to catch those 10 people to get my equipment back.
Right.
So, like, it's not a personal thing towards anyone. It's just, I can't do it. Now, some gyms on like Instagram and Facebook, I've seen people, their gyms are renting equipment out. Cool. I'm not doing it. Like,
right.
I'm just not.
I mean, you can't. No. It's just like you said. It'd be too much tracking stuff down. It would be too much. I didn't bring equipment to my house. I thought about I was going to bring home like our adjustable bench and some dumbbells and some bands. It's all still at the gym. I didn't bring it home because I don't want to have to take it all back. Right.
So, and we are closed. Believe it or not, we are closed.
Yeah, and we're not doing any private sessions
Yeah.
And that's not to call anybody out either. I know on my end, I saw 4 of those messages yesterday on the Instagram.
Yeah. And then I got 3 on Facebook plus a text just in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. So.
And you know the best part? None of them are gym members at Alpha.
Yeah. Come back when we're open.
Hopefully when we're open though. Hope they got that same energy.
Yeah. So that's out of the way. No gym equipment, no private sessions.
Yeah.
I'm actually without my headphones because I left my gym bag at the gym and I have not.
I'm gonna go down to the gym later, so I can grab them for you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
or you can just stay there.
I mean, yeah, might as well just leave the bag there until I would just go get it now, but we really can't even do that. So today, just because when I went live on my personal Facebook the other day, I got so many questions from people who wanted to get started in the fitness and the weight loss. And it's kind of neat because I'm seeing a lot of buddies on my side, on my Snapchat and on my Facebook and on everything else that are like, hey, I'm going to get started with this fitness stuff while I don't have anything to do. I've got this dusty old treadmill. I'm going to dust it off and use it, so on and so forth. And I get a lot of questions about how to get started. And I think it would be cool. I told Josh that I think it would be cool to go ahead and have a podcast where we talk about getting started in weight loss. And then on top of that, getting started in fitness. And maybe we can touch on getting started in weightlifting in general, what you do. Neither of us are crazy experts. Josh definitely knows his shit when it comes to working around the weight room. And I've got oodles of experience with supplements. I do experiment with supplements, but I have experience as well. I had a friend reach out to me about Redcon 1, which that's not me trying to boast. They don't pay me any money. Sometimes I get a free hoodie, but it's I ambassador for that company just because I like their stuff. And I think from an overall standpoint, I think they're a good company. But I think the big thing is, and I know you've touched on this before, let's go over that process that you do for people when they first talk about wanting to lose weight and your elimination process and how you look at what they're doing and the diet journaling and all that good stuff.
Okay. So the first thing, so someone hits me up and they're like, hey, I want to lose weight. Okay. First thing I ask them, are you working out? Generally, it's no. Okay. What do you do for a living? I sit at an office. Okay. So you're sedentary. So you need to move more. Okay. So then I tell them, we do training. And even if they don't come to my gym, like get a trainer. Find someone who has proven results. I don't care what their certification is. Like that to me means absolutely jack shit. I'm pretty sure Arnold Schwarzenegger is not certified. I know C.T. Fletcher's not certified. So many people are not certified.
Right.
It literally, it's $300, and my 9-year-old could get certified online.
I mean, I personally, I think it's a racket. I mean, I guess if you're coming from the standpoint of somebody that is like, wow, I want to get into training specifically, like they like that teacher aspect, but they don't know where to get started, I can understand like going through the certification process.
If you are certified, like, I'm not discrediting you, I'm not knocking you.
Right.
I just think a lot of times I know a lot of bad certified trainers. I'll just say that.
Well, and also it's I think it can be one of those things where like you go and you get those results. Like, like I was fortunate enough, without saying too much about it or spilling too much about it, but like I got to meet and hang out with one of the contestants on one of the more recent seasons of The Biggest Loser. Okay. And it was really cool because they talked about what they did there, what they went through. Now, mind you, that show is gnarly. They were basically starving themselves and working themselves to death. It is crazy. And that's a whole other extreme. But they teach a cardio class now, is what they.
Let me cut this real fast. Don't do what they do on TV.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't ever do that.
Because that shit is edited, chopped up, and like Clark just said, they are starving themselves and working their asses 8 hours a day.
And they also, that's all they do. That's the thing is that kind of stuff can work if that's all you do. But you're talking about 9 to 5s that, you know. But anyways, but they teach a cardio class. They're not certified or anything like that. But they've got however many, 8, 10, however long the show is, weeks long of instructions from these guys that really know what they're talking about. So, you know, it just, and so, you know, you have that. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think it comes, and again, not knocking anybody with a certification, but if it comes down to you know what you're talking about and you can get results, you know.
Yes. So that's why I told you, look for a trainer or a coach, whatever you want to call them, that has some type of results, whether it's weight loss, whether it's strength gains, you know. So that's always, you know, the first steps is, do you work out? What do you do for a living? Find a coach, okay? Now, if you come to me, so we'll say I just meet Clark. Clark's looking to lose weight. He comes to me as his trainer. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to weigh you like once every 6 weeks. I hate scales. I posted a video years ago where I moved the scale in the gym to like 4 different spots and got like a 60-pound variance, depending on the floor surface. So I hate scales. We'll do measurements. If you're a female, I'll measure your waist and your hips. If a trainer asks to measure your bust and you're a woman, he's a pervert. I mean, there's no reason to measure a woman's chest.
Yeah.
There's not. Now, on a guy, so say I'm training you, we will measure chest, we'll measure arms. I won't necessarily measure your hips because guys don't really care about their hips. We'll measure belly. And then we'll do like a day 1 progress picture, which is like day 1, facing me, facing sideways, because progress pictures are the greatest motivator there is.
Absolutely.
And when I put a picture of you day 1 to week 6 and you see all these results, you're going to be like, damn, because looking at yourself, you don't really see it all the time.
No, you never do. And some people don't understand that too. I mean, that's a big struggle for me specifically. It's hard some days when you wake up and you look in the mirror and you don't think that you've lost weight. You don't see it. You don't, you know, there's days where I feel bloated. I feel flat. I feel, you know, like big, and I'll go into the gym and I'll run into, you know, Baldridge or whatever. And he'll tell me I look like I slimmed down since like the last week, you know?
Right.
And and then I'll, you know, realize that my shorts are fitting a little looser, you know, but there are some days for me, 80 pounds later, where I wake up and I look in the mirror and I don't think I lost any weight.
Yeah,
it's
a lot.
Huge mental game. And I think something that I don't do enough is going back and looking at old pictures or looking at progress pictures and understanding how far, you know, I've gotten. And I think you're right. I think people really need to see that. And I don't think enough people see that. I don't think enough people do it. Dude, I would kill to have pictures of me at my absolute heaviest with an actual progress picture, shirtless, facing forward and facing sideways.
I
had them.
I do
had them at one point. Yeah, and I had them at one point, and I didn't think I was going to actually do it, so I deleted them. But yeah. Anyways.
So go back to what I said. Like I do with the gym. I have pictures from the gym's early days when we were super janky, and I'll just post them every now and then, just as a reminder to myself. Like, damn, that was like we've been through way worse. So I think that's why I'm not freaking out about this right now. I just went and paid 2 months worth of rent, so we're good till June. So I'm not freaking. But going back to the training, so you've come in, we've done your measurements, your progress pictures. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, before you even come, I'm telling you to bring a notebook. You're going to bring a notebook with you. In that notebook, we're going to write goals. Now, how I do my goals is you're going to write long-term goals, short-term goals, weekly goals, daily goals. Because everything you do each day leads up to what you do each week, which leads up to each month, to the year, to ultimate like lifetime. So say you come in and you want to lose 80 pounds, right? Well, your first goal you're going to write down is lose 80 pounds. But you're going to put that at the bottom of the paper.
Right.
On top, you're going to write something that's going to help you get to 80 pounds, whether it be eliminate soda, eliminate snacks, walk more, whatever it is. That's leading to the 80 pounds. Now, for the month, we may set a weight loss goal of 10 pounds. Like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 30 days. Okay? Now, you also got to remember, this is like long term, too. I know we live in a society that wants everything instantly.
Right.
You didn't gain 80 pounds instantly. You're not going to lose it instantly. That's just how it works.
Right.
So we do the goals. Okay, that's out of the way. Next thing is you're going to do a food diary for me. And I tell people, don't fucking lie to me. If you eat a pizza, don't just say, oh, I ate a piece of pizza. If you ate the whole damn thing, just tell me. Like, be honest.
Right.
Because I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not going to give you a meal plan. Like, I can suggest foods that are good for you, but everyone knows what's good and what's bad.
Right.
And basically what I do is I have them for like 2 weeks, just keep a food diary. And when they bring it into me, I just like circle stuff, like cupcakes. Don't eat those. Three glasses of pop a day. Don't do that. Like, replace it with water. The other thing I do is I challenge my clients to drink a gallon of water, and I teach them on a jug. I know it's funny walking around with a jug, but if you have a jug, the easiest way to drink a gallon of water a day is in increments. Bottom part, put a line, drink that much by 8 or 9 a.m. Next part by 10 or 11, 12 to 1, all the way up. That way you don't have to, that way you're not sitting there at almost bedtime. You have half a gallon of water and you're like, shit, I got to drink all this.
Right.
I'm not going to do it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I mean, and maybe I'm different, and I understand where that can be like an intimidating thing to look at. I drink a lot, like a ton. And so that's just me. And I've always been like a fast drinker, and I drink a whole lot, like when it comes to anything, water, let your mind explore. But when I tell you right now, dude, if I don't have a gallon, I don't get my water in.
Yeah.
I drink 2 gallons a day because I'm 300 pounds and I need 150 ounces just to stay hydrated on top of what I sweat out. And so I usually drink a gallon and a half to almost 2 gallons a day. But if I don't have that gallon jug, and I typically go through a gallon in a workout, and that's usually, and then I have another gallon throughout the day. But when I don't have the gallon jug, dude, I'll tell you right now, because then you got to refill your water bottle, or you got to get a new water bottle, or whatever it is that you're going through. I always encourage people to get gallons, because for me, as you work on that habit and carry it around all day, and that doesn't mean you need to make it set it at your desk at work or whatever.
And if you can't set a gallon at your work, just get like a get like a quart jug, or even a quart cup, like a quart water bottle.
Or even like a hydrogenator where it's like half a gallon. Okay, you got to knock 2 of those out.
Whatever, and just figure out how many of those you have to drink a day to get a gallon. So get a gallon of water in you.
Right.
So that's the next step. Okay. Also, when we I kind of backtrack, like we talked about like what their goals are. Whether it's losing weight, toning up, put on muscle mass, whatever they want to do. Then we'll get into. So I'm looking at this from me training a male. I typically train females, and I love training females simply because they listen, like they take criticism better. Like I just much rather, they don't have egos. I'm much rather train a woman, but I'm training a man. Okay, I'm training Clark. So Clark comes in and tells me naturally that he bench pressed 300 pounds in high school. What guy did it? Okay, so I'm gonna run you through like a physical assessment to where I see what you can and can't do. We're also gonna talk about if you've had any injuries in the past, so I can kind of determine what I can and can't do with you. Now, there's a difference between an injury and what you hurt. If you hurt your knee, that's one thing. If you absolutely destroyed your knee, that's another thing. A lot of people will say that like that they've hurt something because, for instance, I can't squat because I hurt my knees. No, you can't squat because it's uncomfortable. That's why you don't squat. So I'll run you through like a physical assessment, and then typically starting out, I usually start people out like 3 days a week, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday split, just to kind of give them a day off in between and give them like 2 days towards the end to recover because their bodies are absolutely going to hate life. I tell people too, our first couple weeks are going to be the shortest workouts. And I'm not saying like 10-minute workouts. I'm saying like half hour. And I'm going to tell you we're done. And I always get, that's it. It never fails. And then online I get, oh my God, I hate you. I can't wipe my ass. Because it's just, I mean, literally, it's every time.
Yeah.
It's almost like I've done it once or twice. Like, almost like I've done it to myself. So we'll do that, and then from there, I'll come up with like a program to follow based on like the individual's needs, what they can or can't do. Say you come in and you want a bigger chest, okay? I'm going to focus more on your chest if developing your chest if that's what you want. Like we're still going to do legs because you still want to be proportionate. We're still going to do arms, yada yada yada. But I'm probably going to throw in a few more movements for chest just to help build that. Now, as far as weight loss, I don't put people on cardio equipment. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. If you're paying someone and they're just sitting you on a treadmill,
right,
and saying, "Hey, holler at me in 20 minutes, I'll be back."
Right.
That's a waste of my time, your money. That's dumb. So I tell my people, get here 10 minutes early and walk around the gym. When it's nice out, you can go walk down the street. And even when they're not there, just do 10-minute walks. So that's the first thing. Cardio for me, though, we have battle ropes, we have carrying items, we have sleds, we have a yoke, like so many things that are cardio. That's often referred to as like GPP, general physical preparedness, that work just as well. Plus, weightlifting actually works your metabolism longer than cardio does, because
Right.
a lot of times you get what's referred to as like skinny fat, where you've lost weight but you got a ton of skin and like you just look like overall shit. So I always do strength training. Now, like I said, depending on what the goals are, it'll depend on the programs. Some, if it's weight loss, we'll probably do like a heavy compound movement, 1 or 2 heavy compound movements, and a bunch of hypertrophy work. If it's, my phone again, it just depends on what the goal is. So that's typically what I do. Now, as far as getting you in the gym, ultimately that comes down to you.
Yeah.
I can't force someone to come to the gym. And I'm just using Clark as my, client here. That ultimately comes down to you. It's going to take something to alter your mind that says, okay, I've got to fucking do this.
Right.
And most times, that comes in the face of like tragedy or a health scare.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone has a heart attack and they're like, shit, I gotta get my life in check.
Right.
At 50 years old, because they didn't care about it when they was 25.
Right.
But now they're 50, and that window is closing. And they're thinking, okay. And I know for me, like being 35, I'm not old, but I also know that 15 years from now, I'm going to be 50. Like it comes quick.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, for me, I mean, you know my story. Some people don't. But my dad had a heart attack at 49, uh, 14, 15 days before his 50th birthday, and he passed away from that heart attack. I mean, unfortunately, he wasn't with anybody that knew CPR, and it was, it was one of those circumstances. And at that time, I was close to my heaviest, and then following his death, I got to my heaviest, which again, I never weighed myself, but I'll tell you, the last time I got on a scale before I gained more weight, I was sitting around 360. And I'm going to go ahead and guesstimate again that I was probably pushing another 20 plus pounds on top of that.
You're close to 400.
Yeah. I
You're
was
not going to do 400.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, if I'd ever gotten on a scale and seen that 400 number, that probably would have been it for me. I probably would have at that point given up on any idea of getting myself back in shape. I was, and that point, between what happened with my dad and then understanding that I was getting close to 400 and that I was going to go to the doctor and one day see that number, that was what really made me piss down my leg and go, I have to do this. And I think one of the most important things that I did, what wasn't anything anybody told me, it was just me kind of knowing myself a little bit, and something that I recommend to almost everybody now that asks me about this kind of stuff, was the first thing I did was I started a habit. So I didn't change my diet because, again, kind of like you said, immediately starting a diet never does you any good.
No.
And so, especially a strict one. So I didn't change my diet. So the diet is still the same. I'm eating garbage. I am binge eating garbage. I was binge eating 3 times a day until I was so full I couldn't handle it. And so the first thing I needed to do was form a habit. And so I was like, before I step back in the gym, I'm going to start walking. Again, you talked about 10-minute walks. 10-minute walks are great. And
yeah.
I got up to the point where I was walking somewhere between 5 and 10 miles a day. And I started to get a little prideful about it, where I didn't want to miss it. I remember one night I came home and I hadn't walked that day, and I knew that I had time to, and I ignored it. And it was like 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, well, I guess, we're doing this. So I got, I think, 2 miles in that night, but it's that forming that habit first. And that came. And then, following that, came the gym, which I talked about in, I think, the first or the second podcast. Was just like a real slow start. And I did not touch my diet, I think, until I lost the first like 15 or 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And so I get a phone call there from West Virginia. And so having lost the first like 15 or 20 pounds, right around that area was when I started enjoying the gym. I tell people this all the time too. Make it a hobby. It's okay. I can't ride a skateboard to save my life. Right.
Right.
And if I go out there and go to the skate park and buy myself a skateboard and go and just jump in there and fall on my face 15 times trying to hang with those guys, I'm not going to have any fun.
Right.
Right. But if I spent 8 months learning how to skateboard, and then I go out there and I'm able to, whatever, shred it up with those guys, I'd probably enjoy myself. You treat the gym the same way. You've got to put the time in to learn and to learn what you're doing and make it easier and make it, and again, a lot of times that means, seeing a trainer or a coach. For me, it was hours and hours and hours of YouTube. And then that turned into YouTube while in the gym. And then I would do this stuff. And the day, I still remember this period in time, because that's when things started shifting for me, was the days that I was able to walk into the gym and I didn't care who was in there. I didn't care how busy it was. I used to turn around if it was too busy.
Yeah.
I'd up to the Planet Fitness parking lot. And if it was too full, I would turn around. Because no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to go in there and, embarrass myself, whatever.
Right.
And so the day that I was so comfortable that I could just walk in there and know I could get my workout, like that's when it became fun. And then when it becomes fun, then you get a chance to socialize. I mean, part of the big reasons I love Alpha is just because you can't go in there and not talk to somebody about something. And,
Yeah.
Not that people won't respect you if you just want to get the job done. You've said it. I mean, but if you, I can't tell you how many times I've gone in there in a bad mood and left in a good mood. And so anyways, without getting too off track here, make that a hobby, make it fun, make it a habit. And dude, it wasn't until I lost, at that point I plateaued. And so I finally, after losing like 25, 30 pounds, maybe if that, I finally started to work on my diet. And yeah, slowly cutting stuff out. I think the first thing that went for me was candy. Now I've never been a big sweets guy. Like I've never been big on cake or cupcakes or dessert, ice cream, whatever. But I was always had some candy in my car. Candy went. And then
it's not convenient to carry a fucking cake around.
Right, exactly.
It's convenient to carry a bag of M&Ms.
Yeah. And dude, liquid calories. That was the game changer for me. I was a big pop drinker. I
don't care what diet you do. It is 100% all about the calorie intake and how much calories you burn off.
Right.
And I don't care if you do keto. I don't care if you do carnivore. I don't care what diet you do. It's all about calories.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah. And so when I was having an Arizona tea every day thinking that it's not too bad, those things are like 300, 400 calories. If you got
so that's another thing. A lot of people don't realize how many calories are in liquids. They think because it's a liquid, it's a different type of calorie. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's still a calorie. So how many calories are in an average beer? Like 80?
Nah, in an average beer, like 12 ounces, it's around 150.
Okay. So even worse. So
right.
You work out all week. I trained someone that did this. You work out all week. You're killing it Monday through Friday. Saturday night comes, you go and drink a 12-pack by yourself. Then you eat like shit on top of it. You've just put back all what you just worked off. You put it all back.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I was extremely guilty of that myself. I remember because this was when I was floating around 340.
Yeah.
I was stuck for months. And it was the months leading up to me coming to your gym. I was stuck for months. And my weekends would go exactly like that. I would do fine throughout the week. I had a pretty decent regimented diet going. At that point, I was eating like 3,000 calories a day, which sounds like a lot, but for somebody that was over 300 pounds trying to lose weight, that was about par for the course. And I was solid. I started drinking gin because it didn't have any carbs. And so I was like, me not thinking, so now one serving of the crappy cheap gin I was drinking was, I think, 65, 70 calories. But I could tear through half a liter, no problem. So I am drinking a fifth of gin on a Friday night and ordering pizza, dude. I remember I would order a whole BLT pizza from Dan's and probably eat the whole thing.
That is the vicious cycle. So if you're listening to this, and we're just using this as a weight loss thing, because believe it or not, like just because we are a powerlifting strongman gym, like we still do weight loss really well. And honestly, like that's where I think it's where my heart truly lies is weight loss. Like I just want to put years on people's lives. I think it's cool as shit to get strong as I'll get out. Like obviously I have a gym that's what that's for. But I personally I want to extend lives. That's like my goal. So if you're wanting to lose weight, and I'll touch on Clark saying, he didn't have a trainer. I'm not saying that you 100% have to have a trainer, because there is a lot of great content on YouTube. There's a lot of good trainers on YouTube. You just have to find it. And you may not even know that you're using a trainer. But I know for like a lot of people, paying a trainer, and I use this analogy all the time, it puts a little bit more value on it to where like they don't want to miss the gym. And this is the analogy I use is, you wouldn't stomp through mud in your Gucci shoes, but you wouldn't give a shit about Walmart shoes.
Right.
Because they have right. So your $20 a month gym membership at Globo Gym Enterprises doesn't have any value to you versus paying a trainer $20, $25. I know some trainers $100 a session, whatever the cost is per session, because it has more value to you. It holds you more accountable. That's honestly, that's what a trainer's job is to hold you accountable.
I think that's huge.
Because I'm instilling in you, by holding you accountable, I'm instilling in you the routine, the consistency, like all these things. And I tell people too, I don't want to train you for life. And some people will like look at me like I'm crazy, like, you don't want my money? No, I don't want to train you for life. And I want you to be a member of my gym for life, but I don't want to train you for life. I look at it as like a teacher. A teacher doesn't want to teach the same kids from kindergarten through senior year of high school. They want to teach you what you need to know, and you move on to the next. You know what I mean? And that's how I am with my clients. And so I think if you're to go right back into, wanting to lose weight, how you go about doing it. First step, what is your why? Like, you have to have a reason as to why you want to do it.
I think that's huge. I think that's
why do you want to do it?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons, because I just think a lot of people lack that, and it's simply, if it's nothing more than the aesthetic of, I would like to look better.
Yeah.
I
would like to feel better. I said on the last podcast that I've put on an extra 50 pounds, and I have, and I personally just want to feel better. Like, I'm tired of my back hurting. I'm tired of my clothes not fitting. Like, so I'm going to lose 50 pounds. And I'm saying that now, so if anyone's listening, you can hold me accountable. As much as I hold other people accountable, you can hold me accountable. But find a reason why. Find a good trainer, good YouTube series, a good gym environment, and just eliminate the shit food, drink more water, and move more. Like, it's pretty simple. It's not too complex on how to like.
And you can't look at it complex, otherwise it's just going to sit there and get intimidating. I mean, again, like, the skateboard analogy.
Don't compare yourself or your results to the next person, because I'm not gonna lie. As a business owner, I got caught up a couple years ago in like some online drama with other local gyms, and like I was just out to prove them wrong and beat them, and it kind of took away from like my time focusing on my own business. And like I caught it early enough that I was like, okay, fuck them. You just do you. I can control these four walls. You can control what you do. You can't control the guy next to you, how quick they're losing weight, how anything like that. So that's another huge thing. Just focus on you.
That's a big one that I talk to people about, just because like my favorite thing still to this day is to show people that picture of Tim and I. We weighed in together that day. We looked really close to the same size. We're almost the same height. We look really similar to the same size. And I outweighed him by 70 pounds that day. I was loaded with water weight, and I was also loaded with a bad diet and a different routine than I was typically using. So I'd packed on a lot of weight because I was packing on a lot of muscle. But anyway, but we look virtually the same. And in that picture, Tim weighs like 270. I weigh like 340.
Yeah.
Your bodies are going to be – I don't know. I have yet to meet another 300-pound person who wears an extra large shirt. Everything
Yeah.
in the closet is an extra large right now.
This is why I tell people too. So I've measured you day one. We'll do weekly measurements. If it's getting smaller, that's good. If your clothes are fitting you differently, that's good. If you feel overall better, you have more energy, that's good. Like, fuck what the scale says. Like, I don't give a
Right.
shit.
That's huge.
And I don't, and like you said, I weigh 280 right now. You put me next to JJ Watt. We're about the same size. I'm 6'6", JJ Watt's 6'5". Even The Rock. The Rock is like 6'5", 270. He would make me look like a pud.
Right.
He just would, because our body compositions are so much different. So don't compare yourself to the next guy. Now,
That's what's so frustrating is it's like people want to use the the BMI, the most outdated crap I've ever.
I hate
and it's
that.
like, oh well, according to that, I think for my height, I'm supposed to be 190. When I was in high school, when I was 230 in high school, I was wearing a medium shirt and a 30 waist at 230. So
for me, I'm supposed to be 217, and that puts me at like 24%, which is right below like overweight. I've been down to 229, and I look sick. So much so that I was laying in bed on my side one night, and my wife's laying there, and she grabs my hip, and she's like, "Where is your body?" Like, I was so fucking. I had abs. Like, I was cool. I had abs, but I was so skinny. Like, I didn't look good. Like, for me, I look best around 240. I'm slim. I look bigger, like muscle wise. I look bigger because I'm leaner. And just for my height and my structure, like 240 is probably perfect. 235 I can probably get away with, but below that, I look like shit. Now, the flip side is anything above 260, I start to get this double chin right here. That little guy. Like, all my weight goes to my chin and my belly. My legs are the same at 229 that they were when I weighed 315. They're the same. Like, it's all in my belly. And that's why my back hurts, because the pull forward on my belly is hurting my lower back. So don't get caught up in BMIs and scales. Just get caught up in feeling better. That is the hugest thing. And honestly, just get caught up in fucking moving. Just move. That's the secret. You have to move. I don't care. No one's saying, I hate people say, oh, you got to go to the gym for 2 hours. No, you don't. Honestly, if you're in the gym for 2 hours, you're probably fucking off. Like, you can get, if you get in there and you get at it, you can absolutely murder yourself in an hour.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Easily. And just be fucked. I mean, just wrecked. Which is, again, going back to what I said about the first couple, you don't want to be wrecked, because then you're not going to want to go back.
Right.
The goal is to get you coming back, because it's a process. So if you're listening and you want to lose weight, that is my opinion on how you do it. I'm sure you can talk to someone else and they'll give you their opinion, and it can be completely different. And I mean, that's just how it works, and that's fine. But I just know what works for me, for the several people I've helped lose 100+ pounds. I know it works for how I do it. So
I think that's big, man. I think the big things, the big takeaways on this are going to be those baby steps in the beginning, the habit forming, the slowly eliminating things out of your diet, and just understanding the fact that it's a process and there's no one secret little shortcut thing that's going to work. People talk about, you hear like the very corny phrase of like lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And you've made the comment before, stuff sounds, truth sounds corny. It's the truth.
It is.
Change your lifestyle. If you were to ask me, how long have I been at this? 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, way before I started, if I would be in the gym every day, if I would be, not eating chicken wings every single Monday, that was my go-to. Is go to Roosters on cheap wing night and go crazy. Little things, passing up. I pass up on going out to eat with my friends almost all the time. And sometimes when I do, the night we went out after the gym, or the day or whatever, a few Saturdays ago, I sat there and drank black coffee. If you'd have asked me then, I would have given the very cornball response of like, oh, no way, dude. I'll do 12-ounce curls or whatever. Everything that everybody else likes to say. It really is you change your life towards it, but it's so and I mean it's so good for you. I mean I don't know how else to describe it. I really don't. It's just. I mean,
as much as it's good for you physically, it's also good for you mentally.
It's so good for you mentally.
It gets the endorphins pumping. Like you just
and it's not just that like I feel better mentally because I'm not overweight and that I don't feel like a lazy slouch and all this other stuff, but it's better for me mentally in the fact like Tim talked about this. It helps me to be able to go in the gym and lift. It helps me to work some stuff out in my head. Or like sometimes you just got to grind through it. Sometimes you just got to exert. Sometimes you got to punch the heavy bag. Whatever it is, as corny as it sounds, it works, and you can leave in a better mood, or you can get that aggression out. So maybe you don't leave in the best mood, but you're at least not ready to throw your arm through a wall. I mean, it's so I mean the benefits are unending, but yeah. I don't think I really have much else to add on to what you said as far as the process goes. I really respect how simply you put it, because it is simple and it doesn't need to be complicated. There is no magic. I had a friend reach out to me at one point about a fat burner that I was using that worked pretty well. I was using a Durling's, whichever one they have that's in the powder form. It works pretty well. Fasted before your workout to kind of get a little bit of an edge. But if you're not, those kind of things don't work if you wake up every day and take a fat burner and you change it. I'd say the difference that made for me when I was taking it specifically on the diet that I was on, it was probably, after doing the math, I was probably losing maybe an extra half a pound to a pound a week on it.
Yeah.
It's that kind of long-term edge that it'll give you. It's not.
Honestly, my personal opinion, and I have friends who are in supplement companies, my personal opinion is fat burners should only be used for people who are doing like bodybuilding shows. It is like to get that last little bit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It should not be used as a crutch for someone to not.
And it can't be used as a crutch. It can't be used
right
because
there's no magic fucking pill that's going to make you lose weight.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. There's
right.
no shakes that are going to make you lose weight. Like I've done those. In fact, I talked so much shit about those at one point in time. They sent me a 2-week trial and had me write a review about it. And the only thing good I could say about it was they taste delicious. But I fucking starved myself. It was so bad that I had to drink a Yoo-hoo one day just to get extra calories in me. Because those I'm not even going to name names. Those different companies that sell like the shakes and the nutrition plans, dude, that is such shit. It's like 1,300 calories a day. Yeah, you're going to lose weight because you're fucking starving yourself. You can't sustain that. So those are bullshit. Only use a fat burner if you're trying to get the last little bit out because you're doing a show. If you just work fucking harder. Like God, I don't know what to say.
Well, that's the other thing I was gonna say was I think I see a lot of people's first response when they decide they're gonna do fitness stuff is they go out and buy $150 worth of supplements. They go out and buy pre-workout, protein powder, this and that and whatever. Don't get me wrong, my stack is typically when I'm doing well like $200 a month. But I take too much pre-workout, and that's something I'm trying to fizzle out my caffeine tolerance, get that down. But I take I drink protein shakes because I try to actually keep my diet very minimal in order to eat as lean and as cleanly as possible. So I do have to supplement some protein and some carbs.
I have a funny story for you after this. It ties right into this.
Yeah, and like all that stuff is kind of secondary stuff, but don't. My thing is that I try to don't waste your money until it's really becoming a habit, and then you're really willing to invest in it. Otherwise, you're just going to be upset with yourself that stuff is sitting on the shelf. In my opinion, that's just been my experience with people. But
so check this out. Probably 3.5, 4 years ago, couple comes to me. He's been training both of them. Okay. They go out. They spend like $600 on groceries. Like they throw all their food away, and they go out and spend $600 on like healthy shit. Okay. They go out. They buy all new workout clothes. They go out and they buy all these supplements. I know that they spent close to $1,000, if not more, because I know I charge them to train them. Guess how long they worked out for?
I'm gonna give it 1 week.
2.
2
weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
They were done.
Yeah.
You spent $1,000+.
Yeah, it's like slow down when it comes to this stuff, man. I mean, people don't get that.
I always get, well, what supplements should I take? Well,
what do you want? That's the biggest question I get asked all the time was, what do I take? One guy.
And most times I refer them because I'm friends with both supplement store owners. I refer them to them. I'm like, go talk to them.
Right.
I know it works for me. I'm not going to push something on you that works for me because it may not work for you. But as far as supplements go, it's called supplements. Like, you should just eat food. Like, eat food.
You can get by on those supplements, and that's what people don't understand is that, like, again, like you said, they are supplements for a reason. They are an additive at best, if anything, for a reason. And to me, that's for way later down the line.
Yeah, that's like once you get in, and yeah,
I didn't start taking aminos until I was, I think, a year into working out.
Yeah, so like now aminos, like I'm cool with aminos.
Don't get me wrong. The first thing I'm going to press on somebody is aminos just because of what aminos do for you. But what I mean is that, like, you can get by without it. It's okay. You're going to
absolutely.
You don't need to go buy a $300 stack.
You know what I was using as a protein shake at one point in time? Chocolate milk.
What's that?
I was using chocolate milk as my post-workout drink. It's got 9
I've been doing it for years.
Yeah. Like, it does have a little bit more fat than, probably sugar than a protein shake, but the proteins or the supplements are so damn expensive anyways. Like, I was making my own pre-workout. I know what it cost me to make it, and it was potent. Like, actually, I have most of the ingredients still in my cabinet in my kitchen. Maybe I'll start making my own pre-workout again. Because it's potent.
You said you were going to. You said you wouldn't let me try it, but.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that.
All right.
Well, actually, we'll film an episode of me making pre-workout.
All right, yeah. You know what we should do is we should do you making pre-workout. The day they let us open back up, and then I'll trial run that pre-workout.
All right.
And see how good it gets. Although I am day 5 without caffeine, and I'm dragging right now. Today was a little better. I think I'm slowly starting to balance out as far as.
You sound better.
What's that?
You sound better.
Well, I'm also sound better because I'm not as sick anymore, but.
Right.
But it started. My energy is slowly starting to balance out. Like I had an easier time getting out of bed this morning. I was like throughout in the morning I was real tired, but like once the afternoon hit, I kind of like second winded.
Yeah.
I'm almost doing it as an experiment because I just want to see, because I've always heard that if you truly go 2 weeks plus without caffeine, that your energy levels will balance out and that you're going to be so sensitive to it, it's unreal. And I'm trying to be on that. I only need half a cup of coffee a day life if I can get there, but
You should document this.
I think I should. Yeah.
Let's document your 2 week caffeine free, and we'll see at the end of 2 weeks. We'll combine it with my pre-workout.
What's that?
We'll combine it with my pre-workout in 2 weeks.
Oh, so I'll just go 2 weeks caffeine free and then smear.
Yes.
Dude, I'd be on the floor foaming out of my mouth.
It'll make great footage. So anything else you want to touch on today?
No, I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
All right.
So, all right. Well, hopefully you're still listening to us out there. If you are, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if not, well, that's fine too.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.